Well, welcome to episode 26 of FPL Top Dogs BALLYHAUNIS, and just taking you through what in God's name happened over the last game week. And it's the free hit's been pretty hit or miss for a lot of people. A few came out mad winners, Captain and Kane, the likes against Leeds, fair enough. But most people would have been on Weghorst from Burnley, and I went all in on the -8. Well, not so bad. I was hoping that Burnley would put up something over 2 games. Pope wasn't a good choice. But it is what it is. Had Foster on the bench, 10 points. Pope gets 5. But that the damage was done really with Weghorst, and I've had a lot of updates recently. So getting ready now with no wildcard or no free hits. It's interesting, just a trip cap and a bench boost. But I envisioned seeing a few transfers, a few hits here and there, nothing too crazy. Getting in Willock I had an eye on game week 30 and the 2 double game weeks we have with Newcastle in game week 28 and 29. So it's not the end of the world. It's a shame about Sam Maximum being injured, but he was a long-term ploy to keep on the bench or play or something, but it can't be trusted now. I think everybody needs a Dubravka or a Willock. Maybe Target, but I wouldn't go 3 because you need them for Wolves. Wolves is the big team. So we all need stuff. People need Sa or Jimenez, maybe your man Hwang on the bench, or Wolves midfielders. They're hit or miss, whether it's Neves or Dendonka. Moutinho might get an assist. They're just not prolific. So obviously Saiss, Cody, and possibly Kilman. Some people have out Nori. So any one of them, if you want double up, they've got 2 terrific double game weeks at home at Molineux, Palace and Watford. So happy enough. Well, just get rid of my ugly mug. But yeah, this is mainly the BALLYHAUNIS, Ohmore, Turin, Ballandine, Milltown, Ballinlough, sort of Knock, Kilkelly sort of region, even, just that little quadrangle we have here in the West. And a lot of us in the Christy Nicholson League, Fantasy Football League, we're all based in and around the area, apart from a few exceptions that are here based in London. So if you're all into FPL and all things that, this is my take. Probably not the most famous. I'm not an FPL mate or Let's Talk Andy from Let's Talk FPL or Fantasy Football Scout or any of these guys, no. But I'm doing this for the town and around and the people, and to keep the motivation. And over the lockdown, this thing has been keeping a lot of people going and sane, when they couldn't train and the like. So let's see where we are with everything. I'll just share the screen and let's get into this. And just the reaction first of what's been going on. The internet's pretty good now because I'm on holiday and I can guess. So this is the breakdown of the Christy Nicholson Football League. This is the one that everybody wants to win, really. Look at this. Will there be a new winner this year in the Christy Nicholson? Well, Joey won it last year, 79th in the world. We'll go more into his team, analyze it. Obviously, loads of us got in Weghorst. I got in Weghorst. Like Trippier, I had to guess. I was firefighting last week, game week 26. I had the eye of having something on the bench because I'm looking at a bench boost later on. Trippier no go. Vahidra hernia seems to he'll never get on anyway. Weghorst has took his place, and Jota now is back. I'm a bit worried about Jota, but getting Willock in got me something of 8 points. It was he paid for the transfer in itself, but Willock will be absolutely big fan of Willock, and delighted with that. So this was firefighting even from last week. I'm taking this on the chin. It's just a 35 pointer. I'm just glad I got over 30 points, to be honest with you. But I've lost a lot compared to the top 4. Yeah. Starman has come back massively to me, but he's within range. So the top four is within range. It's a massive improvement from last year already. Something like 250,000 in the world. I'm delighted we're at. It's a good striking to be within that top 200k. So Fergie Great Guns Walsh, great season, phenomenal. He's stuck it all the way through. He's concentrated. He's been making great moves, and this is the first proper year I've seen Fergie Walsh just kill it. And if Willie Key, I think he's enjoying it, to be honest with you. And you have to be kind of neutral in FPL. You can't just be picking your own favorite team and just hope. You have to have that sense of neutrality and objection. And you have to watch all the football, all the games, and it really helps unless you go on Scout and they'll tell you what to put in your teams. I do watch them, but they don't dictate. Although the Weghorst thing and the 3 Burnleys, I thought that was a way to negate the -8 and get rid of my 2. Well, I had 3 injured players at the time, so this was all a proactive move. I know Tarkovsky would probably be bench fodder, but you never know. Weghorst got rid of him, and then we'll see later. Kieran aka 47 Long Dog Kylie. I know it's all the K's there, the quadruple K. Kyle Meister, good season. He's been well up there. His main crux is the King of the Travellers, which is our top dogs BALLYHAUNIS classic league. Just go into that bit later on, but this is the standings at the moment there. Kieran Kiley and Connor Hussey fighting out there for the trophy and €50. And you know, Steve Stretz a bit further back, along with Sniper doing they have an outside chance. I'm gone. I've lost to, we'll get into it, but I lost to the J Ballers and Mr. Nestor. Basically what happened is his captain didn't play and his vice captain was Vardy, and that's how he sunk me. That's just typical in this. There it is. But in this King of the Travellers, it's just poxed and luck all the way, really. You know, so that's what we can say about that. What else? And who's coming in? Well, a word there, you know, Marky Oracle Phillips here is just still hunting me down, as he's saying. I'm pleasantly happy. He's done his free hit. Was okay, but as you can see, the free hit, most teams between 60 and 55 and 40s, the average wasn't great, looking all the way down. Some people say it's a wasted free hit, but I'm not so sure. It was just the right thing to do to get in the Burnley guys. They're the only ones that had the double game week. Leicester killed it now. Madison's on the radar big time, but he doesn't have the double game weeks yet. So he's killing it in the single games. And I think just scoring them goals in the Europa Conference, it's just he's bringing that form into it's just the way it goes. He is a must now in your Sun Dream teams if you do that, because every game counts. Europa games and cup games, whereas the FPL, it's only the Premier League games, which I like to focus just on. It's less stress-free compared to the Sun Dream team. You have to be figuring out if you on a like Coutinho, for instance, is out of the cups, out of everything, just only the Premier League. I've had to sell him and get rid of him, you know, and get, you know, Madison in, which I've got Madison in because he's playing all the games, playing more games than Coutinho, and that's the way it works. But I think there's more strategy and more maneuvering in FPL. Like in the Sun Dream, you make sure you pick guys that are playing and always playing, and that's it. In this, you have to be strategic, and this is what it's about. So Oracle's hunting me down. It's an okay 58. Anton about 60 is fine, but it has a free, like he's made over Morgan, he's done him for 32 points. So that's, no, sorry, 27 points. And that's a massive differential. Wouldn't you like to have 60 points and 30? That's what it's about, closing those points gaps. So, you know, 35 on his, so that's 23 points he's made on me. So, you know, Marky is all out to get me. But I'm not really concentrating on the Oracle. I respect what he's doing, but my motivation is to get in this top 4 minimum. And I'm not even looking at top 3 at the moment. Connor Hussey's not making many mistakes. So, well, I think anything that he's doing, it's not really of his own. You know, he's playing the game tactically very well. And listen, it's going to be all the count now to see if people can make their their last free hit really count, or their wildcard, the last wildcard really count. But I thought I would be filtering a lot further down the the tables, you know, and I'm happy to get out of that game week. So Morgan is filtering down a bit, being up all season, leading for a record like 15 game weeks in a row. He was front running for a lot of the time. Gilday is coming back, and very good free hit. Just have a quick look at Sean. Yes, a good result there, the clean sheet. And he probably got the bonuses as well, the 3 points. So 6 + 9, and that's 18. So yeah, didn't get involved in the attacking, but he did, of course, but he just got the bonus points, so fair enough. Again, you know, really the free hit, like, I think it doesn't matter in a way. Nearly everybody that had a free hit just made sure they got the 3 Burnies in. He's got his 2 Spurs, and that's what all the free hitters were going to do anyway. And also the Sterling, Mahrez, that's a good call. Kulusevski, fair play there. He's gone 3, so that was the killer. That was phenomenal stuff. So terrific. It could have got well over the 100 if Burnley done something, but still everybody had the Burnley boys, whether me or Tarkowski, he both. And he didn't have Weghorst, which has to be no. Oh, he has. Yeah, see, they're blind. Joe Braid is coming in leaps and bounds. And 16, 17 to, it's a bit of an ask, but not impossible to get to the top 3 or 4. Son, good call, didn't captain Weghorst, so he's playing the game right, and he could be a top 10er in FPL top dogs for 2021-22. The hats have they're all ready to. My wife has them. I just have to get her over to the UK, and then I'll pop back, and I have the merchandise for the top 10ers of last year. I'll have a look. Yeah, I'll have a look anyway. Yeah, David Martin's popping back down a lot, but he is on the case, he tells me. John C. Halpam, he has great form. Actually, I did want to have a look at Halpam in the last episode, because this guy, along with the Commando, is a regular full-timer FPL, and he's not to be. It's no coincidence that he's flicking back up again. 1,600 points. It's a little bit back. It's awful hard to improve from that top 500,000 to the top 250, because there is a certain fraction of the FPL that take it serious, and they need some bad luck for you to move up. So this is himself. Help was a local lad from BALLYHAUNIS, and let's have a look at his game week history. I think he's related to the guys that had the help in the pub, in BALLYHAUNIS Main Street, and then they had the floristry. So what's he done to get to that position? He's done his 2 free hits. He's done his 2 wildcards, just a bench boost. So that's going to be difficult too. He's done the Salah bench boost. Now, for me personally, I'm thinking of triple captain and Jimenez for the Wolves double game week of Palace and Watford. I think, come on. Even Huang is a possibility. They don't concede many goals, so I rather an attacker captain, especially triple captain, and I don't know about that, but yeah, so there you go. That's a bit like what I was doing. I'm trying to maintain my momentum from the last 3 or 4 weeks. Got a bit of a stutter there, but I've got rid of my trash on the bench, and I'm getting ready for a bench boost sometime down the line, because I have to be thinking about in game week 36. Mostly everybody will have a double game week. The musings are among the experts. So you mightn't even need to set up your team so much in game week 36. So for me, it's just to get past that 4-weeker, the 4 games in game week 30. And I have an eye, and I've done stuff already. So 84,000, 66,000, 31,000, top 7,000, 61,000, 89,000, proper, 22,000, 135, back to 31,000 in the world. 50. You can see how this guy's always in the frame here. 207. So for the last the last 3 years, he's really, I don't know what's happened in his life, but that's something iconic's happened. Probably got married. 275, 691, 69, 1 million, 1.5 million. So it didn't really take too much. Probably had to say didn't even change. I don't know, mate. But he's going to better that by 3 times at least, and possibly try and threaten 275,000, something like that. So yes, he's very respectful due to having our league. He's up there, in my opinion, with Commando. The two of them are massive competitors, and they love it. And they're both Liverpool fans. So that's the crack there. Let's go to my team here now. And what happened to, well, as I said, I'm happy enough to get rid of the dudes. Trippier done very, very well for me before the season. Jota was out for a while. I got him in Willock instead of Jota. That was a good move. And the other dude I got rid of was Vahedra to get in Weghorst. So look, I tried. It didn't quite work with the Burnley. But look, De Bruyne, a bit lazy there. He's more of a playing the European Champions League matches and Cup. It's just very weird situation with De Bruyne. I'm sure he'll hit it, but it's a lot of money to be tied up there. And I'm sure Mahrez with penalties was the best call. But for me, transfers are at a premium. Look, it's not been great. He gets a not good game. But I have to keep with the faith, because any transfers I do, I'm going to be doing minuses. So I can't even look to changing them. Of course, Sam Maxon, more news on him later. So yeah, there's not a lot to be said. How did everybody else do? We did have a quick look at. We're going to do his free hit. I thought he would do his free hit, but no, he's going to save that for later. And I think he's still got a bench boost, wildcard, and a free hit. His second free hit left. So he's a good position, a bit disappointed. It's only 40 for the game week, but everybody, it's not much in it really. For his chances of winning the whole thing overall, it's took a blow probably, but it can be redeemable. Rafinha's going to have a double game week. He's gold, and Leeds have some good fixtures to come yet. So I keep Rafinha, Bowen. He'll have a double game week. No, he's playing in game week 30, so I'd keep him. Fernandez now, tricky run for United. They got City to play. Spurs mightn't be too easy, too hard for them at Old Trafford. We don't know, but Spurs only perform when the pressure's off and nobody expects them to do anything. But when the pressure's on, they crumble like a house of cards, paper mache. Unfortunately, and that's the way it is. Son, I still keep him. You need him. Double game week coming up. No Newcastle here. It's interesting. I'd say any transfers he will do, he'll be probably getting in a target. No, he'll probably keep up. I don't know why Murray wasn't playing. Is he injured? I don't know, but he might be looking to get in a Newcastle player. Possibly Target is interesting, a 4.7 mil. Something for Newcastle double game week, but he's holding his Arsenal and his Liverpool, but Arsenal are all playing in game week 30, so he's kind of goose to keep him for in game week 28 coming, 29 and 30. So probably not going to do much in the line of, could you get away with a free hit? No, could you get away with that team in game week 30? Only Spurs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, I think, are only playing and that he has there. So it's possible he could do the free hit there. But I personally, I'm actually planning and getting dudes in now and making sure I have at least 7 or 8 players for that to get away with it, because I have no free hit. But it's only four games in that game week. It's the potential's not massive for a free hit. It could be a waste. I think it's a waste, to be honest with you. But look, it's about momentum as well, and that's what I believe in, momentum, and it's the closing last 10, 11 games of the season, and this is where we just got to limp and win and fight and box and play dirty as much as you can and grab every point you can that's possible. So yeah, look, I'm not going to poo-poo anything about this. I don't like anything with Brighton at the moment, and I don't like anything with Watford, although they have a double game. So there's nothing much to change, going forward. You could tweak a few things. Look, Villa will be gold because they're playing in game week 30, but I think it's against Arsenal. But still, it's going to be a team that I think they have a double game week in the first. The Villa, I've got Leeds and they've got Southampton. So I'd say that he'd be getting in a bit of Villa. I can't think of really who he could get in for. Maybe look, Mings isn't maybe Digne. I wouldn't go for Coutinho. It's tricky. Watkins is a punt as well because he's not really performed. So I'm not sure about Villa. I don't know where they are, what they're doing, or what sort. And these double game, when you see a team's got a double game week, it's nearly like, it could be a trap in the making. Like all this season, it seems to me double game weeks are traps because loads of them just have to rest most of their best players for a cup game or something. But the likes of Spurs and Wolves, they can just concentrate. West Ham can just concentrate in the league, so they could be the players just to keep in the long run, because the others could be rested. So I'm worried about KDB and the City assets. Of course, they're fighting in four fronts. Yeah. So yeah, and as I said, that's probably thinking about Villa. Although it's against Arsenal, yeah. Harry Kane always turns up against West Ham. West Ham always always beat Spurs at the Emirates or the. I don't know why they don't call that fecking stadium a name yet. I think we're cursed until that name is named. It might as well be called the Emirates. It's called the Tottenham Football Hotspur. What in God's name is that about? It's all money, isn't it? I think they want to sell up the club, and then if they haven't named it already, that would be, the owner then could get his own sponsor. I don't know. I don't care. Rafinha's good for that. All your Wolves, a bit of Villa, a good bit of Arsenal. I think loads of people can get away without doing a free hit there, and that's what I plan. And I think it would be prudent to have a free hit somewhere, post game week 30, if you have one, and just see if you can rummage through 28 and 29 to have maybe 6 to 7 or 8 double weekers or double gamers. Yeah, so just being realistic here. What would you? Mostly anyone that's watching this, they kind of know what they're doing anyway. And I think the biggest tip in FPL is always do what's right for your team, what you need for the long game. I played the long game. For me, was it to sort out that Trippier, Vydra, and Jota crack, and going forward is not too bad. So let's have a look at what I've done. I got in Weghorst, and he gets paid back. He gets paid back by being got rid of, and I've popped in him with Che Adams has been, I can't waste the transfer, get rid of King. I'm goosed and stuck with him now. That was my mistake when Watford were at home to Norwich, and I thought I'd go all in. And, Watford are going to beat Norwich. No, Norwich now are a difficult team to beat. Dean Smith is tightening them up, and they look just sickening. Like, it's just, there you go. So Norwich have an outside chance of staying up. So Foster has been handy. I wish I had him on the bench, but he's definitely staying. He gets save points, hopefully against Arsenal. But I don't see an awful lot of points there for Foster. It's just and also, is Pope going to keep a clean sheet against Chelsea? Fernandes, again, he's the only player I would trust. That United team that he'll tick over on points, and even though it's City, you just never know with them. Could have a field day against. So I am a bit worried about United just for the next 3 or 4 game weeks. Leicester won't be easy either, but after that, it's not too bad. United run, so I would keep Fernandes is the only one. Any of their defenders, I'm not gone on, and De Gea's probably it's a De Gea and Fernandes. Elanga, interesting, but bench. But I think I want more solid starters on the bench, especially for a bench push later on. So Willock is the guy. Really good call. I think going forward, it's going to be a laugh. 4 games in 2 game weeks, laughing. Cancelo, undroppable, get rid of him in any shape or form, then you pay the absolute king's ransom to get him back. Same with TAA. He's not absolutely killing it, but he is a must in the Sun Dream team. Of course, he plays loads of games. He was dropped the other day. He, in the double game week that Liverpool had, and that was shocking. So I'm a bit scared at what's going on there with TAA. Okay points, but it's just meh. You know, TAA's mad at the moment. It's Robinson that's absolutely destroying the attacking returns. So if you're on Robinson, you're laughing at that. Although that was the what actually is there's a shout if you want to free up money and you've got a transfer, get rid of TAA and get in Andy Robinson. It's a no-brainer. And he's played less football this season. He's been injured a bit, suspensions here and there. He seems fresher. So I'm happy going forward this. I'm going to leave it in the, happy enough to have, look, he is staying where he is. Obviously can't do anything with Pope. They're going to have double game week somewhere down the line. I think they've got a double game week with Villa and Everton, if I have to guess. But I'm sure they'll come in useful somewhere. But triple up on Burnley wasn't the thing to do. Anyone that didn't have any Burnley, it really paid off. They got their 60-point averages. Felt man, not happy enough, but at least he plays games. So everyone here, you've seen the team they play 9 times out of 10. So yeah, so I am debating. I'm going to free up 2 transfers for game week 30. I'll see how I go. And if I do that, at the moment I've got just 1, 2. I don't have many starting for game week 30. Oh wow. I've got Arsenal, haven't I? So that's 1. Pope doesn't play. I don't know if Watford have the double. Do they have the double? No, I don't think Watford. No. So I know I got Rafinha, Tierney. Newcastle don't have 2, 3. Okay, 3, 4. I think I have 4. Adams, no. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So only 4, I think. But I can get that up to 6. I'm going to save a couple of transfers, and I might do a -4 as well, and that will just get a 7 will be enough, and I'll trip cap. No, I won't trip cap anyone. I'll just. It looks like the good money is to get in Madison, probably in for maybe Fernandes just to get maybe De Bruyne. Easier, I don't know. De Bruyne, I'll assess De Bruyne next couple of games. So I'm happy. Things will be okay. For me, I'm happy enough to where we're going. You just have a quick look at the daily price rises. Well, the most transferred in at the minute. Everyone that's wow, Salah's gone up again, so I won't be able to get Salah, will I? That's what I'm foregoing. Yeah, the Salah thing against West Ham. See, I got away with the Salah thing. I nearly forgot about the Salah thing. He's got West Ham and Brighton away, and they have Arsenal at home. Arsenal might give him a game. I'm kind of debating if I can just go without Salah for as long as I can, or just I don't want to rip everything up. I have to consider even getting Jota back, but then that will leave me totally goose for game week 30 because Jota might do a Mane and cover me for Salah like he did when everyone captained him. I did a free hit and got a Mane. So like I am just firefighting and fixing wounds, just getting through the game weeks until I can get that trip cap and bench, and then where I can kick on again. I'm just waiting for people to get rid of their extra chips on me, and hang in as long as I can, and then bang, haymaker. Yeah, so I'm fully aware that everyone's getting into Salah thing because I'm going to prepare now to do a trip cap on Salah, Brighton away and Arsenal away, and there are people who have been wronged with the massive haul that he got 2 game weeks ago. They'll be feeling, well, I'm getting my points back that I lost. Well, I think it's using a triple captain in a game week like just gone, where only people 60 points. You imagine triple captain Kane, that was the one to do, so maybe I will trip cap Jimenez and give him a go, him and his headband, and he might knock one off his shin or something. I don't know. So I'm still debating that. But at the same time, what will people be doing? I'm not sure. There'll be a lot of wildcards being played this game week, so they can so people will set themselves up for 28, 29 and a bit of 30. Like they'll put bench fodder that will play in game week 30. Look, bench fodder, it would be Johnson from West Ham, only 3.9 mil or something. The other bench fodder is Atamatre, or the Matry from Leicester, 38, 3.8, or is it 3.7 mil, 3.8 maybe. And they're playing most of the games, so that would be my bench fodder. That will possibly play and get you through a transfer. So, you know, that transfer you need, or if you want to make more money to get the Salah in. But I just have to go without for the time being. He's rising in price every second, so it's nearly becoming no point. Like, I'm going to have to find somebody like a Lukaku, that's 11.7 or something like that, or somebody to step up that's scoring. Broyer's not scoring, but he's got a double game week coming up, so it's all about Che Adams. You know, and I think I have Che Adams in. I think he, yeah, I'm happy enough to go with Adams rather than Broyer. That's what I'm going to go with anyway. I fancy his form more. He's like a mini Ings. I think he's doing is like an Ings sort of thing. Bicycle kicks all that, like, and I think he's the guy to get in, not Broyer. Everyone's on Broyer. 5.4, 5.2 million, but probably no from here anyway. Che Adams, loads have been getting in, lovely. So I've already gone up 0.1 million or something. Yeah. Jimenez is the man. Everybody wants their Chelsea assets back. They want their Jameses and the Antonios. For me, I got in Rudiger and James and Lukaku in my Sun dream, just straight, because I know Chelsea are fighting in loads of different competitions, so they're going to pick up lots of Champions League points and stuff. But for the FPL, it's a lot riskier. Alonso will be there, Asfalacheka, you know, Sarr will be there, and Chekabai, he'll be. So there's a lot of competition in that defensive with Christensen as well. So yeah, Rudiger is the most solid defender that just seems to play every game, and he gets up for headers or corners and frees. And Willock is the guy, yeah, already up with a point million for getting that. Got on him before the mass surge ages ago, last game week. Harry Kane, fair enough, but I just don't trust Spurs anywhere, home way or even on the moon. I just don't trust them. They just jacked it in against Borough, and they're a disgrace and unforgivable. I don't want to go to a game of Tottenham ever again or anymore. I have no appetite for it. No, I'm done with them. I'm done. I'm going to figure out a way how I can get away from that mentality of always watching out for the results. But yeah, I'll figure out something. Sav's the guy. I would have Dubravka in there somewhere as well. Broyer, loads of big on Broyer. So yeah, loads of big on Shea. Yeah, so look, people are doubling up in Southampton. I don't know. Yeah, your man as well. Jamie Ward-Prowse is the big mover here, 6.6. I'm not sure about that either. I'm with Andy from FPL Top Dogs with Ward-Prowse. So you get a free kick. I think he's only scored one free kick in 18 games, something like that. Andy was saying. And that's a trap, mate. You get you a cricket score one day and then do 2 points and 3 points and 1 point for the next 10. Davis's interest, he's down. Yeah, I can understand people freeing up money for Salah. So that's a move. That's a gateway for me, is to get rid of De Bruyne. But I'd have to do 2 transfers to get in Salah and probably get maybe a Villa in defense. And I could do that move. I'm still not ruling it out, but I can't do it this game week, not when Liverpool have only won. So I'll consider taking a -4 in game week 29. Edward, that was a trap, wasn't it? Wow, I'm glad I didn't fall in that one. Che Adams up as well. I had him in anyway before that price rise. Yeah, so there's bits in there. Who are the losers? Well, Chad, Bowen's people are gonna regret Bowen. I'm telling you, I'm keeping my Bowen, mate. If you do, and listen, Antonio, I've been off Antonio about 10 game weeks, and I'm happy. Bruno's the guy. My God, is CR7, an absolute flop. He should never be trusted, home or away or in Europe. Something awful wrong with this guy. Can't finish, can't score. Had loads of chances against Watford. And what did they do? A 0-0 dud. Now, Bruno was absolutely criminal of some of the misses, yeah. But he seems to be given the nod every game. And I just don't know. He will take a penalty if CR7's not playing. He had to go anyway, Saint-Maximin. He absolute massive trap. Thank God I got stayed away from that one. But loads of people did get him in, and that was a massive mistake because they all want Wolves guys now, like Size. Look, Josh, I got rid of him myself, but I'm considering maybe I could get him in for a straight swap for De Bruyne. So I could just try and firefight Salah by you doing a Mane on him. So there you go. Me unfortunately got injured. Everyone's off him, and so he's gone down there. So in this game week, loads of people getting rid of Son. That's interesting. Look, Sonny missed about a million chances, and Kulusevski, and even Harry against Borough, they couldn't put them away, couldn't score. So I can't trust them. I wouldn't trust them, not when I'm trying to get the most points in the world in FPL. I don't trust them. So that's more or less my take about everything here. Now we can finish up here. So what's the story? It's game week 28. This is the one coming up. Of course, Madison against Leeds. Wow. Vardy's back. Maybe this is a response to Brendan Rodgers losing a load of games, but I think this Leicester are in mortal trouble. I don't fancy Leeds whatsoever against it. No, not against Leicester. They're going to get cut apart. Bielsa's gone. Thank God for Leeds fans. Now they can move on from that plank that sits on a box or a bucket like some sort of elephant. Just watches Leeds this way. He never looks at defense. It's always this way. Come on, do this. It's absolute crazy stuff with that Bielsa. Absolute rubbish, mate. I wouldn't have him anywhere near to it. He has no idea of defense. And he doesn't want to defend. And he gets paid that. He gets paid for that. No, I think Leeds are savvy enough. They could get a response against Leicester. So maybe I think what will happen is that they'll be a bit more pragmatic. They'll hold things a bit more and attack on the break and play more to their strengths now. If they had Bamford, they'd have a hope. I think they could ask Rafinha to do a loan job, but he does put in the effort, but they need to. I think they should have Rafinha probably either just a straight out number 9, or I don't think it working behind a striker. Rodrigo might be out, so maybe he'll just have to still stick on the right. But I think if Leeds just sit back a bit, absorb a bit, and then they have the pace to destroy teams on the break. We know that. They should have scored 2 or 3 against Spurs even in the first half, but Spurs just killed them and counter-attacking using a 3-5-2 system. And that was the same system they played against City and won. And whatever the hell they're doing outside the 3-5-2, it's a joke. Look, Chelsea, the team. Chelsea, I just can't get on Chelsea so much. I am debating. I've already done my move. I have to think more in the terms of game week 30 to get something at least. I can't be left with 4. And if I said Pulisic is the guy at the minute. Wow, Mount has been a horrific disappointment in the Sun Dream team, and just generally he just can't finish. He's had hundreds of chances, can't finish. He probably score a hat trick another, but he deserves to give people a hat trick here. He's not been properly right since he got that tooth, mate, really done. Wisdom tooth, whatever it's done, pulling that wisdom tooth out of his head, it's destroyed his accuracy in front of goal. That must have been his striking tooth, mate. He's fucked it. So that's him done. So Pulisic is the dude. Or look, Lukaku is a punt, but will he play every game? Probably not, because they're still in Europe. So tricky there, Chelsea, to get it right. There could be a Pep thing going on there with Chelsea now. Abramovich has left Chelsea, so I'm happy. I'm hoping and praying all that dirty money going through Chelsea, that Russian money will absolutely cease, and they can go backwards a bit, and they won't pay the wages. But someone else, I think an American, is going to come in whitewash the club with money this time. It's same. Nothing will change at Chelsea. There'll still always be flush with money somewhere. A portal of dodgy money. Newcastle Brighton, that's a good one now for Newcastle. They're in form. Again, Willock is the guy. Depravka, but that's about all I'd consider at Newcastle. Look, Norwich and Brentford. That's just a hodgepodge mix. Do you really want to bring in Brentford guys when they're not playing in game week 30, or will you just free hit? I wouldn't free hit they're in game week 30 anyway. Even if I had one, I want to keep it for later. Pookie, yeah. I recommend Pookie. Everybody get him in. Not. Look, I think there's a chance that Liverpool players will get rested. Here start playing some. This maybe no. I don't mean West Ham's a bad team. I just mean that they've got a lot of games coming up. I think they've still got. I think is it Inter Milan. I think they've won 2-0 away to Inter. So, but they still can't take them lightly. So still have to play semi-strong, and Salah want to play those top games. So Liverpool are going for the title still. They need to win that game, fact. So they'll probably play the best team possible. It includes Luis Diaz as well. Looks phenomenal. Will Jota play? Not sure. Mane and Salah should play. But yeah, Diaz looks phenomenal. It's not converting his performances into FPL points so much. But I would trust Jota more. But I can see him having a big influence in the race. And if they win their game in hand, Liverpool over City, then they can go away to the Etihad and probably go above them on goal difference. I don't know, but this is crazy stuff that could happen. They're in the loop, Liverpool fans. Watford, Arsenal. Well, I fancy anyone that's got any Arsenal assets go for it. Look, I can't even recommend anything with Watford at the moment. It's only they have a double game week. I keep them whatever I have, fecked. That's United and City. Who the hell knows? You can't even call it. United always seem to pull something massive out against City, especially at the Etihad. Pogba, I remember 2 or 3 years ago, he scored those couple of goals, and United bet them 3-2 or something like it. But they always seem to do something at the United, so they seem to rise to it, don't they? And City are more emotionalist and like to cut you open like a surgeon, but sometimes emotion and passion is enough to pull you through these sort of games where you go into it unexpectedly. The underdog, which United aren't used to. The Watford, they have to get a reaction against Watford. If they can't score against Watford, then what are they going to do against City? I know, but every game should be taken in a different stance. It shouldn't really allow it to affect your last game week to the next game week. And professional football won't allow that to happen. They'll be up for this, and they still need to finish top 4. Spurs, Everton. Listen, I don't know. I can't. I wouldn't even be confident there in that game. Spurs losing already to Saints and Wolves at home, and I fancy. To be honest, I think outside bet to back Everton. Give them a handicap of -1 or something. Not financial advice or betting advice, but look, I think Richarlison could destroy Spurs. Just devastating season, absolutely out of everything. Season over by March. The season was over by the 2nd of March or the 3rd of March, whatever it was. Doesn't matter. Look, Chelsea. I'm worried about Chelsea. People will be. This is the time we've done without our Chelsea assets for so long, but they've gone up in price so much that it's nearly how do you get them back? For my team, I'm not going to sacrifice what I'm going forward. Because of game week 30 and I have no free hit or wildcard, but other people can get their Chelsea stuff in, free hit Chelsea in, Werner, Lukaku, Pulisic, all those goals are all spread over the team. So it's really the defensive side that can really destroy it for you. So listen, I think Norwich will give Chelsea a go. Big word up for Dean Smith, what he's done there from Villa. I think Villa could regress in the long term, the way they're going. I'm not sure, Stevie G, okay, well, I think Dean Smith is maybe invigorated Villa, but there you go. They're still kind of where they're going to go, probably even with Dean Smith. But Word up with Dean. He is proper management. Hodgesaurus versus Bruno Large. Look, Bruno Large is starting to become a mini Nuno. So absolutely, I have great faith in Wolves. So Wolves are the team to get on. And Leeds, Rafinha versus Coutinho. Interesting stuff. Are they both Brazilians? I think they're Brazilian derby. So that's a roundup there. Where's Joey now? Our leader, he is 42,000 world. Nice country trade. He'll want to attack that. He'll be devastated with this game week. I'm sure he got a red arrow there, like loads of people. Over the last 5 game weeks, he's been getting downwards. So he'll be looking at that. Loads of people just look at the red arrows, but if you look from game week 20, he's hemorrhaged. 2 good game weeks out of. It's not his fault. I'm not blaming him. It's just the way it goes. He's really on it. But those 6 red arrows, it's just a bummer, really. Still got a lot to play for. 79th in the world, as you can see. 372. Good figures. Good figures for Joey. Nothing else I want to wrap up. There's not really much more to talk about in regard to the King of the Travers. It's pretty straightforward. It's just saying who's won. The average beats Joey. Gildace took out the Oracle there. Snowman takes out Desert Duffy. Neither are really taking an interest in their teams. They're kind of gone. Our lovable friend Face Man losing out, but life is the main winner here. I should always keep a touch of realism to football and sport, really. It's not the be all and end all. Swear to God. Life, money, your loved ones is everything. But there's such a lack of something in the world where we have to kind of latch onto FPL or latch onto football or sport. And when it's taken away from us, like the lockdown did, you're absolutely lost and you don't know the meaning of life. And, people just don't even know how to read a book, or they need a Kindle or play a musician. People entertain each other phenomenally. The Irish used to be known for that. Traditional Irish music, the chats around the fire, all this stuff, and all that seems to be gone. Even our local pubs are, disappearing in front of our eyes, which is devastating. Christy Nicholson's pub is closed in BALLYHAUNIS now. That will probably be apartments or private accommodation now. And also Gills is under new ownership, I would say, or it will be let out. So Gills and the Corner Bar and Max, I keep that sort of 90-degree turn, and the back way, Barrack Street, is handy for Labrooks and for Max. So I'll be just kind of keeping, and word out for the clock. I'll go to the clock when there's any hurling or Gaelic football to watch. It's always a great atmosphere. Adrian and Breda, phenomenal people at the heart of the community, and great drama people as well. Actors. So we have a lot of talent in BALLYHAUNIS. So that's my promotion for the pubs here in BALLYHAUNIS. And late at night, then, if you want to go to Epic, which is upstairs, that's hopefully we're getting back to normality in Ireland, and the lockdown is going to be distant memory. I hope and pray, and hopefully I can get back sometime with the wife around May or June. We'll see. But I might come back myself somewhere. I don't know. It's March now, so yeah. I'll have to look at that now. I have holidays coming up. Yeah, I'll have to figure something out. Stephen Carney wins out there in a tussle with Owen Rowe. The hand solo of Fitzmaurice. Good result against Duncan, who had the most points last week. Phenomenal game week for him, 160 or something. The Guru Killer taken out. John Kelly, good score from the Guru. Owen Collins, who's now to the BALLYHAUNIS town manager, football club, now Richardson. Good score from Conor Hulsey, is just phenomenal. I haven't had quite analysis of Conor's team. I think I have, but look, Starman, good result there against Jerry. That's about Jerry's now out. He's well back now. In the King of Travelers, and Stephen Nolan, 63, 60. James Crane is starting to come to life with all his Spurs players. It waited all season to get something out of his Spurs players, and finally. So that's all I can say about that, folks. Anything happening in the sport tonight? Just championship stuff. Nothing in the FA Cup. Yeah, as you can see, it's very tight at the top, and good luck to both. It's going to be interesting into the season. Yeah, United and West Ham. Yeah, 2 games in the hand. West Ham they haven't, though West Ham don't have it actually, so they're more or less in the same footing. Chelsea are more or less gone. They've loads of games in the hands. Arsenal are the team that can just get that top 4 if they want it. They just have to show Bottle and Arteta. That would be one of Arteta's crowning achievements from winning the FA Cup in his first few games for Arsenal, after getting rid of the other Plike, whatever his name was, Henry or Emery. Yeah, Spurs are kind of out. I think all Spurs can do is just hold a face and just struggle into something stupid like the Europa, or just I don't personally. It'd be a laugh if they finished outside and finished somewhere down 10th, and that might make them think they've invested a lot of money in Tottenham. Yes, fair enough, but it was massive blunders and in the transfer policies, and now everyone we sold for like over 110 million, they're out on loan. That says it all there. So not a lot really going on too much. The manager who bet around Ukraine. This is the Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, hearts and minds have to be going for the Ukrainians. But I'm very invested. It's been awful, traumatic few weeks in Ukraine. Well, for 1 week of war. Thursday it started last. But it's been really ongoing since 2014. Since Crimea was invaded and annexed illegally, and it never stopped. And this is a long-term plan by Putin he was always going to invade Ukraine. I didn't realize when I was there since 2015 onwards. I never thought, no, they'd never do that, never go in. But there you go. It's happening in front of our eyes. I'm shocked that we're in this day and age where countries have a perceived right to be independent and sovereign. Like, I'll tell you what my point stance is. Since the Bolsheviks and somebody, people will go out there and say, he's talking rubbish, he knows nothing about history, whatever. But for me, I think a snapshot has been taken of the world, we'll say the 19th century, 1900. And the snapshot was taken. And that's it. You can't, especially in Russia, they cannot accept the former Soviet states as being independent and free, because that's an attack to their philosophy, which is Russia and communism. If they allow Ukraine to determine, the Ukrainians are never Russian. They never ever in their history. Yes, they're it's a bit like Ireland and Wales, England, Scotland. Yeah, but look at we had to fight for independence. Britain acknowledged that, and we diplomatically sorted something out, but then we were left with the in-house fight and the Civil War and the issue with Northern Ireland and all that. But at the moment, we're a republic and we're recognized, and Britain isn't going to go and say, well, oh, listen, we're coming in and invading and bombing Dublin. They're not going to do it, because we have so much in common. English, speaking language, philosophy, we have so much in common. It's phenomenal. But I do have to recognize the Irish Gaelic faith. And our faith in Christianity is similar as well, but integrally the Celts, the language is just nothing compared to English. Yeah, but like the whole hodgepodge of us, Britain and Ireland, we're kind of like taking the eggs out of a cake, isn't it? But the Ukrainians know they have loads of Russian and family connections, the whole lot. But I think what we're seeing is the destruction of I think it's ethnic cleansing really that's going on. Like, Russia have gone in there and they want to just extinguish anything to do with Ukraine, flag, national anthem. in Ukrainian, there's loads of different words that Ukrainians spell and use and pronounce that Russians don't even have in the Cyrillic alphabet. They have a massive identity, Cossacks as well, tradition, music, poem, culture, Taras Shevchenko. Although, you know, it's just not, it's not in the thinking or nature of Ukrainians to be Russians. It never will be. And you see how brave things are going. People are just going to say, well, oh, they're all Russian. I mean, oh, Putin's right. Oh, Putin. It's a lack of thinking, really. It's no respect for anyone to define, you know, who they are. So I would be very, very worried about the other. I know even NATO countries, but Finland and Sweden aren't in NATO. Neither are Austria or Switzerland. They're neither in NATO. So as they say in the Stereophonic song, if you tolerate this, then your country will be next. Listen, I'm going to leave it, but for me, Ukrainians will always be. They're in my heart and always in my soul. It's my country. I feel in 1,000 different ways. And by dint, I'm kind of semi-protected by being Irish, and I'm in the European Union set up. I am, but mentally and spiritually, you know, I do feel more Ukrainian. I am Irish, but it's there's no blur or division between the two in my eyes. I am all, and I think lots of people can be, you know. But anyway, less about this political statement, and we're going to just have to follow the news like anyone else. Good luck with your team coming up in this game week. All still to play for. And listen, go out. Thanks for listening to my latest musings. Maybe next year, join the Christy Nicholson. I'll keep it as it is. Of course, Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League. It will never die. Not as long as I or any of our players, resident top dogs, have anything to do with it. And we'll make our league better and more exhilarating next season with more members. I am thinking about having a pro top dogs league where you throw in, we'll say, €20 for the season, and it's not like a winners take all. There will be like probably down to 5 places or something like that, but the winner will get a good chunk. So it might just be a pro thing. I would enter anyway, but I think it's mainly just for somebody in the community get something out of it, and I want to keep it mainly local people that I can frank, that are have some connection to the people that are already in the league, and recommend, say, oh, I know this person, they're fine. Oh yeah, they're just fine. It's good. It's okay. But there you go, folks. God bless. Take care. Keep safe. And Slava Ukraini. Dobry dzień. Szczęśliwo. Ciao.